Hey guys, it's Julovers here, and today just really quick video on my Xenon soloing zakum at level 107. So, today's topic of discussion would be on overpowered classes. So you know that Xenon is like the embodiment of overpowered. I mean, take a look at this. Like no other class can do this. Even Phantoms, after they were being rebuffed, I do nowhere near 24,000 per line with melee and melee attack slower. So yeah, you have that. And so we all know that it's generally the way the game is designed. It was released new overpowered classes, and then after that they proceed to nerf the heck out of them. And I believe it pretty much happened to every class that came out so far. I mean, you take a look, there's some classes that got nerfed pretty badly. Like Phantom and Mercedes, they're like barely stronger than Adventurers these days. Well, in terms of Xenon nerfs, Xenon was very strong to begin with, and even after the nerf, he continues to be a strong class. And I do believe that if you do ignore stuff like the fact that he can just wear Tyrant equipment and benefit from like 3 out of the 4 stats, even ignoring that, he's still very strong. The damage formulas are still incredibly high. Like Blade Dance, that's just one example. Melee is 140% twice. Actually, I know it's 100. I think it's back to 130, but you could argue it's about 150% of hypers. But that's a different topic, because that's how hyper reinforced stacks, which is, if I recall correctly, it's additive with boss damage. But that's complicated. That's a different matter. So, Xenon wise, you have Blade Dance and you have Fuzzy or Mecha Purge, depending on what version of Maple you're playing. It's still an incredibly strong 1v1 skill. It's about 400% aligned, and it just does absurd damage. You take a look at Dual Blade's Phantom Blow, and even if you assume that the plus 60% of Final Cut is added to the damage formula, it's still 360%. Granted, you could say that Dual Blades are OP that way because 360% Phantom Blow is obviously a lot faster. But of course you don't get the amazing amount of free damage. Like Xenon has a lot of free damage. You take a look at his Link skill, it's 5%. All other stuff include like the mere fact he gets a lot of passive all stat, a lot of total damage percent straight off the bat. I mean, before the nerfs, Xenon fully buffed would have about 2.1 times the range. I mean, his display range is 2.1 times his actual range because of all the percent damage. Of course, that's at level 200. Before level 200, it's about 200%. And that's still a lot. So, even though I'm overpowered class, as you can see, zakum still takes a while. That's because I'm not funded anyway. I don't have all stat earrings and all that nonsense. So I slowly chip away at its health. I couldn't figure out which one does more damage. So you see me alternating between them sometimes. What I've noticed is that while Snipe allows you to hit from further away, you standing further away means that it has a chance to target things that are not zakum. So I stick to Blade Dance for the most part. The defense ignore from Snipe is generally pretty useless, especially on low levels, because I don't have mastery books and I don't spend on them like super expensive. So on the topic of overpowered classes, we have Zero coming out, which is basically the master race. You look at all the percent per second charts out there, they're like amazingly OP. You take a look at other classes that are coming out, I mean, post-Red, everything is a bit more balanced. In fact, it's kind of like some of the heroes, like MapleSEA, they pretty much get destroyed on a stick. Although you get Ishtar's Ring, or however the hell you pronounce that skill, the thing just fires anywhere you want. So that's an entire different topic there. So, I don't know. Yeah, of all the overpowered classes, I actually really like Xenon's playstyle. If you weren't that OP, I would actually play it. Which might be because he's very similar to Dual Blade. A lot of the Dual Blade players out there would actually find playing Xenon pretty similar because of how Oparts is basically Final Cut. But I find the energy management system very interesting. It's something like optimizing gameplay that you don't really normally think about when you play other classes, because generally when you buff on other classes there are no repercussions. You don't like lose all stat when you buff. MP is not a factor in your damage. No other class loses much when he buffs other than like maybe Demon Avenger, but even Demon Avenger, you lose more HP when you're attacking anyway. So with regards to Xenon, he has also really good utility skills. His hyper, his 150 hyper just makes keeping all parts up so much easier. And his 170 hyper makes him very useful in parties. Like, it might be a bit hard to find a paladin, but you can definitely find a Xenon for a group 2 bind. If you don't know what bind groups are, basically, you can't bind a boss repeatedly. Because most of the bosses have, most of the bind skills have shared resistance. But, the exceptions are, Paladin's Might Shield and Xenon's Entangling Lash. Those are in two entirely different group 2. And so you can use any other bind skill followed by Xenon's or Paladin's and you'll still be able to go through. That's what it means by different bind groups. Apparently Kana has an entirely different bind group as well. It's in bind group 3. And it's in a class of its own. It's 170 hyper. I haven't confirmed whether it's a bind group 4 or it's just bind group 1, because according to Extraction, it's just an entire copy of Armageddon, which is Luminous hyper skill, which is also bind group 1. So you gotta figure that one out. But Kana does have like 2 binds, which makes it like super strong for being a boss mule. You could just bring her to Magnus and like bind and bind and bind. I would make political jokes about women and binders, but it's kind of like last year. Anyway, the video is wrapping up soon. Zakum is super OP EXP. His Aegis system, or in which case, translated to easy system in C, that just ignores buffs. The only time it doesn't work is when you're skill locked, it just miss. That's pretty strong too. I mean, if you like do 1M a line and then those missiles, 1M is quite significant, I guess, in a time where you would normally not do damage. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. The video is about to end soon, and please let me know what you think about overpowered classes in the comments. And I guess I'll leave you to watch the ending. I'll see you guys next time.